Hey runners, Chris here with some course information for Saturday. First of all, the roads are not closed off. You have to be paying attention to what's around you. With that in mind, if you are listening to music while you're running, please only wear one earbud so that you can hear what's around you, animals, cars. We don't want anything to surprise you. We don't want anybody to get surprised. That's when people get hurt or freak out or whatever the case may be. I also encourage you to run with someone. This is not mandatory, of course, but if there's someone that's going about your pace, it's nice to run with them, and that also provides some extra safety on the course if you run into like a dog or a cow or something like that. This year we are starting at 6:15 so that everyone has a chance to try and finish before it gets too hot. This is the hottest part of the year so far, and so chances are that nobody's really acclimated, and so we don't want to be out there until noon or later. So we're giving a 4-hour time limit. If you make it to the last aid station by 9:30, then 9:45. If you make it to the last aid station by 9:45, then we'll let you finish. But if you are out there at 9:45 and you're not at the last aid station, we are going to pick you up so that you're not out during the hottest part of the day. There are also some pretty exposed parts of the course. Even starting early, you're going to get the sun. So you want to bring a hat or sunglasses or sunscreen or all of the above to protect yourself from getting sunburned. We will provide water along the way, but we're not providing cups. So if you need to re-up your water, bring a bottle. I really suggest that you bring a bottle or wear a hydration pack or something that's going to provide you with liquid along the way so that you don't get dehydrated. Some of the aid stations are going to have snacks. That's up to whoever's running that aid station. I wouldn't rely on those for nutrition, but if you want to bring gels or anything like that, you're welcome to do that. Please don't leave your trash on the course. If you take a gel, keep the wrapper with you. We'll have trash bags at the end. I ran in Montana last week and saw gel wrappers on the ground. It was disgusting. So please make sure you clean up after yourselves. Big thing is that the start finish has moved from the Apogee Stadium parking lot to my driveway so that we have access to restrooms, so that we have shade. I'll also have a cooler, and a grill towards the later part of the morning will be available if you wanted to cook anything. If you want to bring sausages or hot dogs or anything else, veggie burgers, whatever your thing is, you're welcome to bring it. We'll put it on ice for when you finish, and make sure you bring your beverage of choice for after the run. It's my house, so you can pretty much bring whatever you want. Make sure that when you're on the course that you're practicing good runner etiquette, which means that you are running on the left side of the road, that you're not darting out in front of traffic. And there are a couple spots on the course where you're going to want to cross over just because it's a blind hill, but we'll talk about that in a second just to give you a good idea of what you need to be aware of. I will be out there on the course. I'm not running, so if you have a problem, please give me a call. I'll give out my number before the race, and that way you can call me if you need me to come pick you up or you're confused or whatever the case may be. So now we're going to do a real quick flyover of the course so that you can see what you are looking at in terms of elevation and that kind of thing. So start and finish is at my house, and here we go. So you're going to head out and down Whippoorwill and then up McCormick Street to Parvin, and then up Parvin past Borman Elementary to Red Lawn. Red Lawn's going to take you out. This is kind of the first big out in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. Up the hill from the cemetery is going to be the first spot where you're going to want to cross over. It's a blind hill. You want to be aware of what's coming your way. Once you get to the top of the hill, this is where the first aid station is going to be. It'll be right about here next to a horse farm, and that's going to have water and that kind of thing, probably some snacks. So that's your first aid station. This is where you want to bail. If you're going to bail, you can bail straight back down Bonnie Bray to my house, and without too much walking involved. After this, it gets a little bit harder, and that would be when you would want to call. So we're going to keep going down here, down Bonnie Bray, cruising along. There's some like farmland and stuff out here. It's kind of pretty. Okay, once you get across Vintage, another big hill here, crossover, and then we're going down Allred Road to John Payne Road, and your second aid station is going to be at the end of the bridge. So just a little bit back here, and then you head back towards Underwood, Underhill, some street. Underwood, there it is. Okay, Underwood. And down, cruising along down to Springside Road. Okay, this is where your third aid station is going to be, at the corner of Springside and Corbin. That's moved from last year, so it's a little bit further along towards the finish. If you are not at this point by 9:45, we will pick you up. And then continuing down Corbin Road, and Corbin Road becomes kind of this non-road. We'll mark that. It goes under 35 and then back up to Bonnie Bray. And then Bonnie Bray, you're going to take all the way back down to Willowwood. Now this is different. So Willowwood is going to hit Highland Park Road, and you're actually going to go all the way back up Highland Park Road and then come down. So passing the old golf course, there's some new construction here you want to be aware of, and down Underwood, and then down Kendolph to the finish. So that's the course. There's some climbing involved, not anything you wouldn't necessarily get running around Denton on a regular basis. And like I said, it is exposed in some parts, so you want to make sure that you bring something to shade yourself, or, I mean, you don't need to bring an umbrella, but you probably want to bring a hat or some sunglasses or something. If you have any questions, please let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or whatever, and we will try and get that taken care of. Other than that, it's a fun run, and it should be treated like a fun run. You don't need to get crazy and super competitive.